Begin with chapter number 9 from your economics book of grade 10, and the name of the chapter is Money and Banking, though only money part is included in your first semester and banking part is included in your second semester. So let us first understand what is the meaning of money. All modern economic systems you make the use of money. So before there was no existence of money, but at present in this modern era we will find that the existence of money is all over the world. So you can see in your book there are 2 to 3 definitions given, but they are saying that these are considered as the narrow definition of money because they are only considering 1 or 2 functions of money. But actually or legally, if you want to define what is money, we will say money is any medium. So whatever it is, any medium of exchange is generally acceptable to the common people and is enforced by law. Then that medium of exchange is considered as money or legal tender. So it is having 4 stages. Directly the paper notes we are using right now, or maybe the checks we are using or the coins we are using, were not used by the early people, or maybe at the beginning of the civilization. We did not find this kind of currencies. Right? Slowly it came into existence. So at the first stage we will find that the commodities are getting exchanged between the people. Like for example, barter system. Right, at the very first stage we will find that the barter system. So here in your book also, stages in the evolution of money. Number A, commodity money, where various commodities are used as money. We call it commodity money. It is the most primitive form of money. However, various problems like improper standardization, indivisibility, difficult in storing, etc., made this form of money as an unsuitable medium of exchange. B, the second stage, when there was barter system, they were exchanging only the goods with each other. Okay, somebody is giving 1 kilo of rice and somebody in return is giving them maybe 1 kilo of wheat. Okay, like that kind of exchange of goods we're having. Next they are saying is metallic money. Metallic money means the coins we are using made up of gold and silver. That is metallic money. With the gradual progress of society and civilization, different sections of people agreed to consider some precious metals like gold and silver as common medium of exchange. Okay, in the third stage we will find that the paper money or standard money is coming into existence. With the gradual expansion of trade and commerce and greater demand for money as a common medium of exchange, metallic money was replaced by paper money or standard money. Okay, the government authority promises to pay the bearer, that means the owner, of those paper notes a definite sum of value as note or printed on those paper notes. Hence they were called promised notes. Who is promising? The government is promising that the notes we are holding right now as a currency is having definite value. So that is called promising note. Suppose we are having a 100 rupee note. So the face value of a 100 rupee note is equal to the goods worth rupees 100, but its value as a piece of paper is almost nil. Right? So what is the value of that money? In the terms of good, when we are going to buy, we are having 100 rupees note and we are going to buy something. Right? So the product which is worth rupees 100, we are going to get that. So that is, they are saying, as a token money. Because as a paper, as a piece of paper, it is having no use. But as it is getting promised by the government and we are able to get in return or in exchange, we can get with that note, we are going to get the commodities of the same value. That is becoming a token money. Legal tender or fiat money. When general acceptability of any medium of exchange is enforced by law, that medium of exchange is called the legal tender or fiat money. Okay, for example, the rupee notes and coins are legal tenders. No one can refuse to accept this money. Okay, the rupee notes of higher denominations, like we can say 100, 500, 2000 rupee note, are considered as unlimited legal tenders because they can be used to settle used for settling claims regarding the high value transactions. So if somebody have to pay a huge amount of money, they can use these notes like 100, 500, 2000. And the coins, okay, these coins are used to settle down. If somebody is have to pay some small amount of money, they can pay the coins of rupees 5, rupees 10, or maybe rupees 1 or rupees 2. Those can be used. So when we are using these notes to settle down the higher amount of money, we are saying unlimited legal tenders, and for the coins we are saying limited legal tenders. Next, we are having deposit or credit or bank money. At the final stage of evolution of money, the demand deposit with commercial banks are also considered as bank money. Any deposit with the commercial bank which can be withdrawn on demand is called demand deposit. Thus, checks drawn on the demand deposits of commercial banks can be used as medium of exchange. At present, we are going to say that present means nowadays we will find the credit cards are very much available. So these credit cards are being said as the plastic money. But we have to note this down that the bank money or the checks, or you can say in the form of this plastic money, all these things can get refused by anybody. Anybody can say that I am not going to take any kind of bank transaction, but nobody can deny the transaction in the form of cash. Nobody can deny that. Next, we are having barter system. So barter system means, already I gave you introduction in the first stage, that is commodity money. Is the same thing here. Barter system means, in this system the direct exchange between different commodities and services is known as a barter system. That means no involvement of money. Okay, directly they were exchanging the goods. So there are some certain problems, and after this certain problem only the second stage of metallic money came into existence. So what are the problems of barter system we need to know. So the very first problem is problem of reciprocal demand, or we can say double coincident of wants. That means somebody is having maybe 1 quintal of rice, and in return he might be wondering that if I give this 1 quintal of rice, will I get a cow? So he needs to find out a person who is having a cow, and equally he needs 1 quintal of rice also. Then only they can exchange their commodities. Okay, they can exchange their goods. Suppose somebody is having maybe 1 quintal of rice he is carrying for a cow. Maybe that person is not having a cow but wanting for rice. So what is the use? They are not going to get exchanged, because both the person's demand have to match, have to get reciprocal with each other. Okay, next is indivisibility. Indivisibility means where we cannot divide. Suppose a person is selling a cow to get 1 quintal of rice in return, and suppose in the market value is, if you give 1 cow you are going to get 1 quintal of rice, and that person does not need 1 quintal of rice. That person needs half quintal of rice. So for a live cow he is supposed to get 1 quintal of rice, but he is demanding for half quintal of rice. Now he cannot halfen his cow and give it to the give it to the other person, right? So the cow cannot get halved. So for that reason they are saying that it is indivisibility. So he have to take 1 quintal if he need, or if he doesn't need also, because there is no other way out left. Next, we are having complex calculation. Each person in the country must always remember the rates of exchange of each commodity or service with all other commodities or services. This creates unnecessary complications. This means that if I am going to sell, maybe suppose I am having 1 quintal of rice once again, so I have to remember in exchange of 1 quintal of rice I can get one cow, and I can get maybe 10 kilos of rice. In exchange of rice only I'm saying. So in exchange of 1 quintal of rice, maybe I'll get one cow, maybe one horse, or maybe 10 hens. I have to remember what are the things I'm going to get with the exchange of only one item. So there are so many items available in the market, so I have to memorize all. So this is going to get very complicated. Next, number 4 is problems involving in deferred payments. Deferred payments. The barter system also creates a problem in regarding to deferred payments or future payments. If any individual takes loan from other individual, then he may agree or he may make an agreement to repay that commodity loan in future. Right, suppose somebody is telling that, okay, I am going to keep my horse in mortgage to you, and I am going to take 1 quintal of rice. So in future, when I will give you back 1 quintal of rice, give me back my horse. So maybe in future, the horse will not remain in the same condition. Right, so this is again a big problem. Next is problems related to store of value. In the barter system, a problem also arises due to inadequate storage. Okay, inadequate storage facilities of different goods which are perishable and semi-perishable in nature. So as it is, they were not having at that time, the storage system was not as good, so they were having storage problem. Number 6 is inadequate scope of specialization. In a barter economy, various goods cannot be quickly exchanged for other goods. Hence, demand for various goods increases at a slow pace. So, large-scale production is not profitable in view of this limited demand of various goods. Next, we are going to know about the functions of money. And the very first is the primary function, then secondary, and then the third is the contingent functions. These three have been defined by Kinley. So the first primitive functions is the medium of exchange. Money acts as a medium of exchange. The major functions of money is the facilitate the process of exchange by removing the defects of the barter system. As we came across that in the barter system, they were having the problem of exchange. So in this system, you are finding that with the evolve of money, we are finding that the exchange rate is getting easier. Next is measure of value. The good in terms of which the prices of all the goods are expressed is called the measure of value or the numerate. In modern economies, it is money which acts as the numerate. For example, or that is, we can say that the prices of all goods are expressed in terms of money. Secondary function is the standard of deferred payment. Credit is given in terms of money. Suppose a person needs to buy rice. That person is not going to borrow rice. That person is going to borrow money. So as he is borrowing the money, he have to pay additional interest to it. So this is called the rate of interest. This calculation of interest is done on the money and not on the commodity which he bought. Now, store of value. Wealth is usually kept in the form of money because money is the most liquid form of wealth. So money is called the store of value also. It is often said that money is a matter of functions 4. One is a medium of exchange, a measure, a standard, and a store. So transfer of value. If a person purchases a commodity, then the value of that commodity can easily be transferred from the buyer to the seller through the payment of items of the money. So in other words, it's important to note that a good monetary unit should possess all these qualities. First is the acceptance and act as a medium of exchange. Next is it should be easily measured the values of the goods and the services, and its efficient standard of deferred payment. And the fourth is it is easily storable. Okay, next is the contingent functions. What are the contingent functions? The functions performed by money in assisting various economic agencies, like decisions in making economic decisions is called the contingent functions of money. First is assisting production decision. The principal objective of any producer is to maximize his sales revenue or profit. So the producer or the farm wants to employ such an amount of factor of production, so which would help in achieving those goals. While employing any factor of production, the farm has to make payment for those factors of production. So the farm has to pay wages to the workers or interest to the if he has borrowed some capital. So all these are done by the help of money. So assisting consumption decision and maximizing utility. The principal objective of any consumer is to maximize his or her utility through the consumption of various goods. The money income of the consumer and the money prices of the commodities is also influence the consumption decision of different individuals. Assisting distribution of national income. The owners of various factors of production sell their factors at market prices. Thus, the owners of labor power earn money wages. Owners of capital earn interest. Owners of land earn rent. And the owners of organizing power earns profit. All these factor incomes taken together constitute national income of the country. Last one, assisting the operating of a credit system. If there is insufficient deposit of money with commercial banks, it becomes difficult for those banks to extend credit money by giving loans or several individuals. Components of supply of money in India: coins and 1 rupee notes are issued by the government of India, while other paper notes are issued by Reserve Bank of India, that is RBI. All notes and coins together constitute currency, that is what we call rupee. However, by money we do not mean cash only. Demand deposit in commercial banks, that is those deposits which can be withdrawn at any time, this is called current account deposit, should also be counted as money. Currency plus demand deposit plus certain other deposits is called M1. In book you can find that M1 is a narrow money, while M3 is called the broad money. So what is M3? So M3 is equal to M1 plus term deposit of all the commercial banks. Hopefully you understood the chapter. This much is included for your semester 1, and with this I complete your semester 1 syllabus. Thank you.